Hello guys, hope you're all doing well. I thought I'd make a quick video on psychology and the fact that we as traders need to be disciplined. And before you think this is just going to be mind talk and things you don't need, we will do a breakdown on GU for today as well, the 23rd of September 2021. But first, let's talk a bit about psychology. Remember, this is not any advice or financial advice. I'm not an expert in psychology. I'm just talking about my experiences and the challenges that I face and still face, and some of them that I've overcome and some of them that I still face. Something that I realized today, or not just realized, but it was a light bulb moment, not just today, but the past few weeks, is that consistency and being a disciplined trader, comes from small acts, small victories every day. For example, if you decide you want to risk max 2% per day, that is your max risk, nothing more, nothing less. You then have to stick to that rule. It needs to become a habit to only risk 2% per day. So every day that you're able to keep to that rule, be disciplined and stay consistent, you're one step closer for it to become a habit. The next day, you trade again. You have a wonderful winning day and you don't need to worry about it. The following day, you maybe have some losses. You lose 2%, and then you need to make a decision. Are you going to place another trade because the opportunity looks so good, or are you going to stick to your rules? The thing is, it all comes down to being a fundamental principle. Even if the setup is perfect, even if Donald Trump tells you to short, you need to be disciplined and build that habit of following your rules, following your plan, following your edge. Something that often happens to me is I know what my edge is. I know how to trade and what I want to trade. But then you would get this period where you have a few losses, maybe 2 or 3 losses, and then you need to stop. Come back the following day, reevaluate. But then I'm faced with the decision. Am I going to place another trade? This looks so good. It should work out. I'm going to make back all my losses. So we have a bit of revenge trading coming in as well. And then you decide against following your rules. What happens? You take another step back on the journey to becoming disciplined and consistent. It's all about each day following the rules, each day making up your mind to say yes when you need to say yes and say no when you need to say no. When you've reached your limit, you need to make a decision, no more. Every day we are faced with choices, and in the end, I believe that our emotional well-being, our psychological state in trading depends on the choices that we make. If you're still a new beginner and you've been in this for a few months and you're still just trading demo, then these are things that you need to apply now to your trading and to your lifestyle. It will make life going forward so much easier. Okay, enough about the psychology. Let's quickly jump to GU. Have a look at today's price action after FOMC, and then go on. Yeah, that will be it. So let's have a look. So we have GU here in front of us. We'll just quickly run to the 1 hour. Let's start on the 4 hour. Let's just get the mouse thing now ready. So I was bullish today because primarily we had this reaction area, so we could say this was a bullish order block, or just to frustrate some people, I would say it's demand, even though it's not necessarily demand. And we have some equal lows there. So this was perfect example of price tapping into liquidity and then giving us a reaction, potentially aiming for this imbalance. So that has been the analysis. That's what I shared with the community throughout this week. That is what we've been looking for, and so on. So I'm not going to use the replay mode. I'm just going to look at price as we moved along, and I'm going to show you the opportunities that I looked for and the opportunities that I missed. So let me quickly show you. So we're going to jump to the 50 minutes. So the high time frame analysis was bullish. I was looking for price to reach up into this area. Yesterday we had FOMC, so we had this big drop towards the downside, which also tricks people because we had a seemed like a structure break over there. So people were thinking we're gonna go short when we come back up here, or maybe fill some of this imbalance and then go short. So a lot of people who were thinking about going short, but if you keep your high time frame in mind, we had equal lows, we swept the equal lows. Now we're looking for price to move towards the upside and to fill the higher time frame liquidity areas. So how we usually start, this is now a bit of an inside information regarding what we do in the community. We look at our Asian session. So we had the Asian range over there, and we can identify the low over there and the high. We'll just call this a range, and yeah, so there we had our Asian session. Let's just make this lighter. So we have our Asian session, and now we're looking for price. Initially I was looking for price to make a pullback towards this area. Now we can make it darker again. So looking for price to make a pullback into this area and then continuation long, but we did not see that happening. And then okay, so let's just do this on the 5 minute. So we had the Asian session, it was trending, so I was just looking for a retracement inside the range. So that's just a tip. If we have a trending Asian session, I'm looking for the retracement into that session and then the continuation towards the upside. So this was the area that I was looking at for price to return to, below the 50% of the Asian range, looking for it to come lower into this area. Well, obviously we didn't see half that. Then we created, the pattern. We had the low, we swept the low, we had a structure break towards the upside. So let's just zoom in. So we had the structure break over here. We can call that structure break. And then I was looking for price to return to this area. And again, price did not return and went away without us. It kept going, kept going, kept going. Then we had some really nice price action. Again, we had some consolidation and then another impulse towards the upside. So here there was potential entry. I know some of the people in the community, they did catch this trade over there, where we had a clean structure break, we had imbalance, and then we saw price come down into this area. So I noticed this area, but I was hesitant to take a trade for some reason, so I didn't take any trades in this area, or I just missed it, I think, something like this. Then for the next one, I'm just going to jump to the 2 minute or the 1 minute time frame. So here we created it now. We were trending towards the upside, and we can see we've been continually breaking structure towards the upside. So we are still bullish. We have not yet broken any lower time frame lows, so we're still bullish. Identifying that we have this range on the lower time frame, that was then my next zone. And this trade I missed purely just because I was too slow. I was looking at it on my Mac and I wanted to execute from my Windows laptop, but then it was off and I had to turn it on, and then by the time that I got to it, price was already here and I missed the entry. And you can see that this was, as you would say, the money shot, the big boy, the big trade that you would hold for some time until until we reached the higher time frame target, which is that area. It's about 100 pip move, which was the target. So that was, I think, the trade for today. In my opinion, one of the best entries, and could have scaled in, or could have gotten this first one, but might have gotten out at break even if you had placed your stop loss at break even. But this then was the main trade. 2 pip stop for 100 pip target. Not too bad for Thursday. If we just look then at the timing, this happened. The only other thing that was kind of nagging on me to not take the trade is because it was in like the lunch hour, so it was kind of a dead session, nothing really happening in that session in the lunchtime between London and New York. So that's another reason why I think, well, didn't take it. And then there were a few more opportunities. If we just look at the 15-minute, if we just move this to the side, we broke structure, and then we returned towards this order block, and there was another long. So you could see price was trending and it was beautiful. We had so many good opportunities within this in today. Unfortunately, I missed most of them, but nonetheless, it was a good educational day for me as well. So take some time, backtest, go through this price action, spot the entries that I've shown now. Maybe you can spot something, a few more opportunities. There might have been a few more, but go have a look at it, and then yes, leave me a note down in the comments. What do you think of today? Did you catch any good trades? Did you catch any trades on GU? Yeah, and that's it from me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and enjoy the weekend. Cheers.